Okay, I'm marking the property. I'm at 70 paces in on the upper 10 going west. This is the view from here. Marked by a pine tree. Okay, 120 paces in. Got another pine tree, which I thought there were a lot less, but I'm coming across a lot of them. Some of them are growing underneath the junipers. But it's a major wash here. At this marking, there's a dry bed. It goes underneath these trees up towards the neighbors. Well, that's a neighbor's property. And then, going backwards a little bit, I'm in probably what's the downside of a waterfall. And have these major rock shelf here. Lots of dead trees. A lot of firewood down here. It's on the neighbor's property, but I could probably get away with taking it if I can figure out how to get it out of here. And then there's major rock formations. Of course, there's my other flag marker. Okay, 100 paces in. Got a couple of dry washes here. Pretty big one. Looks like the water pools, maybe. There's a lot of water that comes down. There's another wash right there, coming through the trees. That would be from the neighbor's property. Another wash. Well, actually, it's all wash. Comes down to this area here. But this is the view, looking towards the east. And then again to the south, get out over the mountains, downhill slope, into my marker. Okay, 140 paces in at the top 10. Oddly enough, I come up to another beautiful pine tree. Looking towards the west, sloping in some grasslands way over there, which I think are part of me. Got to find that marker. And then a little bit of uphill slope. A lot of water comes down here, of course. That's to the west. And then back to the south. Big snag way over there. Way over there somewhere. Okay, at 154 paces, the top 10, back corner, found the marker. This is the view to the south. See the snow-capped mountains over there. We got a downhill slope looking towards the southwest, looking towards the west. This is a place I can see from my shed. Looking towards the northwest and north, downhill slope, lots of rocks you'll notice, where the water just runs down here. And then looking back towards the east. My markers. So 190 was actually 100 degrees from the top corner this way was the accurate reading. 45 paces going south from the top corner. This is the view looking down at Ray's place. Lots of dead snags out here. More pine trees, that's promising. Looking towards the west. Back towards where I came from. Coming down the hill. and then to the east, sloping grade coming down, and then back towards Rays. A lot of snags. I could get back here with an ATV, I think. 70 paces going south on the back side of the property. Downhill slope. It's pretty heavy rain wash here. Lots of rocks, big rocks. But there's this very cool tree here. It's got to be old. I'm told some of these trees here are at least 100 years old. Anyway, back uphill. This is all water. Riverbed. My gosh. Let's put a canoe down here. 100 paces to the south from the upper back corner. There's Rays looking south. Field, big tree. It was just up there. A very deep wash the other side of this tree going downhill. This is looking towards the west, upwards. This is all my property through here, this grass going up there to the east. Back down, we're heading down to that field. This is the mid marker of the back lot, the split between the two 10-acre parcels looking south. Raises on the other side of the trees. We're going to go this way to the west, looking towards this grassland, fields and trees, all of that stuff. That's all my property. Looking uphill towards the north, where we just came from. Can't see too much. This is the big tree that hides the marker. All right, on the back side, the lower 10, beyond the halfway point, heading towards Rays over here. 214 paces. I can actually see the marker that we're heading for. It's over in this area here. Anyway, so looking towards the south, going towards the east. All of this grassland, those trees, over 600 feet is mine. Isn't that cool? All this grassland. There's hardly any rocks here, but a lot of mud underneath this grass, I believe. I think the rain waters this place really well. And then my previous marker between those two trees there. Here's a view to the east from my lower back corner. This fence is Ray's property over here. There's an old road here somebody used to get through to the, I guess, my road here. And this is back up towards all my property up there. Somebody cutting firewood here. It's the only tree I've seen that's been messed with. But looks like they thinned it out. I don't know why. There's not in the way of view. Looks like it could have been firewood. There's no tracks down here per se. But this is the mess they left. All these branches are down in the wash that runs through here. And we'll take a little walk down this road to get to the lower back corner, looking up, trying to figure out where is my property, and I can just barely see my shed sticking up through the trees. Where is it? Well, it's right. All the grass. The trees. I barely see the top of the wall. Anyway, quite a long ways. I'm down here at the property line at Ray's. I'm looking it up and I can see my building right there, unpainted. Got to get a color that matches the trees and you can't see it. Anyway, it's a long ways away. Okay, I'm about halfway from the very back corner to the front road. You might be able to see Ray's fence over here in the tree line. Some posts there. But looking towards the west, moving towards the north, this is all my property. All this grassland, all the trees up to the crest on the hill. Can't see the shed from here. And then so all of this flat grassland looking towards the east and then over towards the property line at Ray's. There's some fence posts over there you can see. I don't know if you can see them or not. Can we see them now? Yes. Anyway, so all this property over here, this is mine next to this road that I don't see any tracks on. Well, I do see something, but this is a really nice area here. At the midway point, probably 40 paces in from the road going down Arrowhead Boulevard. Anyway, halfway down midfield, there's a lot of this grass growing in clumps, which tells me there must be water here. I mean, it's all growing back in areas back here on the tree line. Go up the hill, it's going all up the hill, all the way up towards the cabin. Very interesting. Close to the cabin, heading towards the middle of the property, is also this grassland, or these grass plants, and I think that they grow all the way down the middle here, the majority of this water. I'm going to walk this hill.